All right, out on the patio on a lovely 1st of March day in Phoenix, Arizona, with a nice warm 80 degrees out here on the patio. So you may hear some outdoor sounds instead of the studio or the garage, but it's all good. Out here with the FX-4CR, many of you know I ran F5BUD's version 2 firmware that he put together for this radio, improving much of the functionality. And some of you may have saw that I put a little video out on how to calibrate it, and at that time it was late 2024, and Daniel was moving on to the R version of the radio, and I was afraid that he was leaving my original V-Series radio behind. In fact, he did for quite a while, and this year I just went to check up, and lo and behold, Daniel has released versions of his firmware for the V-Series, the R-Series, and I think the VR, 3 copies. He's got 3 forks of the firmware. So all of us are happy campers now. Daniel's just an amazing guy, really improving on the radio. So I updated it just a little while ago. February 7th, 2026 was the version I downloaded here. And man, what an amazing job has come even from the last version that I had. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but just want to highlight some things, just the great work that Daniel's done here. And one of the things right off the bat, the waterfall. I'm on 10 meters right now, got the Moxon up, but on my previous version, the waterfall seemed a little dead, but here you see signals. It's working like I would expect it, but the previous version I had, the waterfall was a little dead, even in relationship to the signals I was receiving. But in this menu, there's actually some options to work with the waterfall, the smoothing, the width of it, and an offset, which is very welcome. Really cool. And a notable thing here for us old guys is putting it on the big numbers here. I like that. But not just that. Besides the display, the controls for the waterfall, there's now SSB voice settings. There's compression settings now, a much expanded mic input level, a low pass filter, and then he's also arranged the voice record and memo in this menu as well. Just overall, menu system is much more mature than his previous version, and definitely more mature than the original software that came, or firmware that came with the radio. The filters are also much more advanced. Now, instead of just a bandpass, you can actually do both the low cutoff and the high cutoff to define the width, so you can usually slide it left or right, or narrow it and widen it. Really nice. Noise reduction is also much improved algorithms, or much more complex algorithm than I previously had, of just noise reduction on or off, or a 1 through 4 level of noise reduction. Really nice. Other notable features, there's a bass and treble adjustment for not just receive, but also transmit. So you can narrow down your bass and treble, or adjust your audio response to your liking there. So really great stuff that's out there now on this radio. Daniel's been doing a lot of work on this, and this is, more praise to him, just that taking a radio that you out in China designed, great little box, 20 watts, and a fine radio itself, and Daniel's just built upon it with the firmware and gave it functionality that it didn't have before. I raved about the CQ memories that you could program in here to beacon out. Now there's a voice memory in there. I think that was the last upgrade I did on my previous video back in 2020, late 2024, early 2025. But the advancements aren't just display and waterfall kind of things that besides the filters, looking at some of the dialogue that is on the group's I/O, Daniel's really getting down deep into the operation here of a much improved audio than previous. The way he's processing the signals and what U has built into the radio has really made this a much more mature radio. And I think it's great. I bought this 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, and maybe moving on 3. And I'm getting more features because of Daniel, which is great. What other radio out there? I have some of my new Yaesus and FTM 500s and modern radios. Their firmware updates are usually to fix bugs, but this is adding functionality, which is awesome. So, I'd encourage everybody to get in there. Daniel has made an excellent manual for this radio. Walks you through the calibration process. You will have to calibrate it, but it's not that hard. Had a fellow ham over the other day, KB5VBQ, Joe, and he took his. He had sort of a hybrid V series that looked like a R, but was actually a V in the hardware inside, and we walked through the calibration together, and he was amazed. He was floored coming from the original U firmware to this, and was really happy he did it. So I'd encourage you that the process isn't very hard. I have I think the only real specialized piece of equipment I had was that a tiny SA spectrum analyzer with a frequency generator. That was about the only thing that I had. But those things are fairly inexpensive, and if you're in a ham club, chances are somebody in the club's got one of those, and you can borrow it or do it together, or find another ham like Joe did that's got one of these that's done the process and walk you through it. It's pretty straightforward, and they're just the capability that you get with it afterwards is just really nice. So with that said, I just wanted to brief you on what's updated with the firmware. Many more functions. Again, I'm not going to go. This isn't intended to be comprehensive by any means, but just some notable features that I found, and really enjoying it out on the back patio. Got the Moxon up on 10 meters and pointing south. To get a couple stations, hit Santiago, Chile. I think there was Brazil earlier today, and earlier in the morning I was hitting Europe, Italy, with the 20 watts, and a little Moxon. So it's been great. 10 meters has been up and down lately, but trying to squeeze in as many contacts on 10 meters as I can lately. So I hope everybody out there is doing good. I hope you're playing radio. Golf. How you doing?
Hey man, I am blessed. How are you doing today, young man?
Yeah, just funny thing is I'm out on the patio doing a little video on my radio here, FX-4CR, that I just burned some new firmware on QSL.
Oh, very good. Make sure I get the right guy from Lost Berry over there in Gilbert, Arizona.
Roger that. Hey, could I get your call sign one more time?
Absolutely, and I'm going to log us both 59 for QRZ, just because that's how I do it. My call sign, Whiskey Japan, number 7, Charlie Alpha, Whiskey Juliet, number 7, Captain America. And speaking of videos, I'm running live right now on YouTube. If that interests you, you can go and hear exactly what you sound like over here in the state of Missouri today, Roger.
Oh, roger that. I'll definitely check it out because I've just been playing with this radio, and there's some additional audio settings I haven't quite dialed in yet. So it's a tiny radio, but I'd be interested in seeing what sounds. It's probably pretty highly compressed right now.
There's a little bit of compression in there. Maybe we can back that down, but it don't sound bad.
With that said, this is KK7 JXG 73. I'm out. See ya.